Alright, happy Earth Day. So this week we also saw some justice for a group of people who have been oppressed for a very long time, right? But I also see some injustice. I'm not going to claim it's at the same level, it's not. But it's also nonetheless injustice for another group of people. And like the saying goes, injustice anywhere threatens justice everywhere, including the group that we fought so hard for and won this past week, right? So 20 years ago, I started leading a healthier lifestyle. I started by not drinking soda. It's kind of funny how I quit drinking soda. I was going to college part-time, and there was a girl that I liked in the classroom, but I was very overweight. I probably weighed almost as much as I do now, but I was considerably shorter. And I used to drink 3 or 4 liters of soda every day. It caused huge rifts with my family. And my mom, she used to do all the grocery shopping. We lived in the suburbs where you couldn't just walk to the grocery store. She would ration out how much soda she would buy and say, this gotta last the week. And it would only last for a day or 2 days, and then that would get into a mess. And I would either pressure her to get more soda, or I would find a way to sneak out to get soda. And it was not a very healthy relationship. Not only was the soda that I was drinking unhealthy, the family dynamics were very unhealthy of the fights over the soda. But then there was this girl that I liked, and I went home, and I was just about to get the soda when I thought, hey, maybe I'll try not drinking it, get some water instead. And I realized it wasn't the end of the world to drink water, and 17 years later, I have not touched another drop of soda. And I like it that way. But early on, I realized there was a lot of injustice. It started with my family. My parents thought it was okay to occasionally drink soda, and my dad used to say, why are you being so extreme? I mean, if not drinking soda is extreme, then humans were very extreme until only 80 or 90 years ago, right? I don't think anybody would argue that. There's a large population of people who still don't know what a soda is around the world. Obviously they have other developmental issues, but they're not dying from lack of soda or getting ill from lack of soda. If anything, they missed out on the health crisis of this year because they're not poisoning their immune systems all the time, right? Obesity being one of the big risk factors. So it started with my parents. Quit being so extreme about things. And then now I was going to college full-time, and I was often excluded from events simply for what I ate. It's not like eating was the central part of whatever event we would be going to. People just thought it was a headache. I didn't even ask people to prepare food for me. I would bring my own food or just not eat during the event, and even that would bother people. And the reason I knew from an early age that to quit the soda altogether and not to cut back was, first of all, I tried to cut back, it never worked. Second of all, I'm very observant with some of these things, and I can't count with both hands how many times I've heard somebody claim that an occasional soda is not going to hurt you, and then I watch them, and 2 things I'll usually notice. I'll usually notice 2 things about people who tell me an occasional soda is okay. I'll let you think about what those 2 things are. First of all, these people almost never drink an occasional soda. They claim it's occasional, but you watch them, and first of all, if they're drinking a soda while telling you this, they'll come up with an excuse, right? What happened today? Oh my God, Derek Chauvin went to prison for 50 years. I got to celebrate with a soda. You know, a couple more days later, some black guy gets shot or arrested. He's got to drink soda to mourn the loss of that, right? And then, oh, it's Earth Day. You know, I gotta celebrate by consuming things that pollute the earth, right? And then throw my aluminum can on the side of the road, right? You get people who find every which reason to drink a soda, right? Okay, first of all, they're not drinking an occasional soda, and second of all, it shows on them. I can't tell you how many times I see that. I can't even tell these people what they're telling me because of how ridiculous it is. I just gotta pretend to not even see what's going on. It's the most frustrating feeling in the world when somebody's telling you an obvious lie and they don't see it, and you can't point it out to them unless you're really close to them, right? But usually it's a dynamic where I can't really point this out to somebody, right? I gotta work with them, or I'm a professor now, right? Sometimes some of my students tell me that. And, that is the worst dynamic in the world, I gotta say that. Anyways, even to this day, it's a little bit better nowadays. Even to this day, people just see me as high maintenance. So a couple years ago, I interviewed for a job. It was a mid-sized startup company. And so I had to fly out to, where was this? Chicago. And when I was filling out the reimbursement forms, I had to send in my receipt. For the big size companies, they'll just do it per diem. But my guess is how the taxes work. The big size companies, they probably already have an established relationship with the IRS on how much to deduct. Anyways, I go to a restaurant and I tell the waiter about my dietary restrictions because I feel so good. Ever since I quit soda, I keep finding more and more foods that once I cut out of my diet, I feel so much better. And now I don't react very well to any of those things anymore. So I go to the restaurant in Chicago and I ask for no MSG, no butter, whatever. It's a steakhouse. And he puts it all on the receipt when we get the receipt back. And I'm asking the waiter, could he reprint that without all the notations? Because, you know, at the workplace, people just see you as very high maintenance. The guy who doesn't want to eat sugar, you know, the guy who can't go to our parties because he won't eat whatever it is. And they just, A, they either see you as a high maintenance guy, B, they worry you might offend, you know, if it's a client who brings in food and you don't take it. Anyways, so what should we call this? Green Lives Matter, I guess? GLM? Anyways, so happy GLM Day for Earth Day. Thanks for watching.